Hello and welcome to another Crochet Kicks tutorial. In today's tutorial we're going to be learning how to make the Legere Headband. The Legere Headband is a knotted headband. As you can see, it's got a top knot, and it is so named because the rows that are formed by the front post double crochet stitches remind me of bookcases and bookshelves. For this tutorial we are going to be, the Legere Headband is worked flat and it's meant to fit a head circumference of 55 centimeters, or in the larger side 57 centimeters. This would be 21.75 inches for the smaller size and about 23 inches for the larger size. So in order to make the Legere Headband, we are going to need a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. We are going to need some worsted or Aran weight yarn. I'm using a 100% cotton yarn here, and we're going to need a tape measure. We're going to need a pair of scissors, a yarn needle, and some stitch markers in case you stop working and need to keep track of your work. To begin, we are going to do a slip knot and chain 12. Okay, and now we're going to chain 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. So starting in the second chain from the hook, this not there, here, we're going to start here. And we're going to work a single crochet in each chain. Now you can do this by working into the top loop, into the 2 loops of the chain, or you could even work into the back bumps. And that is what I'm going to do. By the end of row 1, which is the right side row, we should have 11 stitches. Okay, now we're going to chain 1 and turn, and we are going to begin row 2. So for row 2, we are also going to work a single crochet in each stitch. So now we are going to chain 1 and turn, and for row 3 we are going to do 2 single crochets. Okay, and then and now we are going to work a front post double crochet in the single crochet directly below our next stitch. So this is our next single crochet, right? So the single crochet that's directly below that one is this one. We're going to be working our front post around this single crochet. You can also double check because we've completed 2 single crochets, so this is 2 single crochets. That means the third one where we're going to wrap our stitch is this one. Okay, so we're going to yarn over, insert the hook into that base row, and do a front post double crochet. into the next single crochet. So if you look at the back of the work, that means that the next single crochet is this one right here. Right here. Okay, so we're again going to do 2 single crochets. So this is my first single crochet, this is my second single crochet. Okay, so we did 2 single crochets, and now in the single crochet that's directly below our next stitch, single crochet that's directly below, we're going to do a front post double crochet. Right, and again we're going to do 2 single crochets, so that is a single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then a front post double crochet in the single crochet directly below the next stitch. All right, and now we're going to finish the row with 2 single crochets. Now, as we've worked a stitch in every stitch, we should still have 11 stitches total. So we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stitches. Right, so we're going to chain 1 and turn and start row 4. Row 4 is just doing a single crochet in each stitch. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, row 5. Now for row 5, we are going to work a single crochet in the next 2 stitches. Okay, so that is 1 and 2. We are going to work a front post double crochet around the previous front post double crochet that we had made. So that's this stitch right here. You notice it's a little raised. So we are going to work around this stitch to create our front post double crochet. And in the next 2 stitches, we're going to do a single crochet. So that is 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets. Once again, we are going to yarn over and do a front post double crochet around the previous front post double crochet. Again, we are going to do 2 single crochets, so that is 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. We have 3 stitches left, and that means we're going to do 1 front post double crochet around the front post double crochet. And we're going to do a single crochet in each of the remaining stitches. Now if you want a neat edge, then instead of working into the actual stitch, work into that chain 1, into that turning chain. It's a little tighter, but it is a lot neater. And now to complete the headband, what we're going to do is that we are going to repeat rows 4 and 5 until we have a total of 75 rows for the smallest size and 79 rows for the larger size. So row 4 is just a single crochet in each stitch. Okay, so don't forget to do your turning chain. And now we're going to repeat row 5, which is to do 2 single crochet stitches. So 1 and 2. And then we're going to do a front post double crochet around the front post double crochet. Okay. Single crochet in the next 2 stitches. And then a front post double crochet around the front post double crochet. Next, we do a single crochet in the next 2 stitches. And then a front post double crochet around the post. And then 2 single crochets. So this was the row 5 repeat. The row 5 repeat will always be the one where we work our front post double crochets. And then the row 4 repeat is the one we're going to do now, is where we work our single crochets. So let's continue on. I'm going to work the smallest size with you today. So I'm going to repeat rows 4 and 5 until a total of 75 rows have been completed. And just a tip, it is easier to count the rows from the back of the work than from the front of the work. So right now we've completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows. Okay. I will meet you back here when I've completed those 75 rows. These 75 rows measure approximately 18.25 inches. This is good. Why? Because we want some negative ease in the crochet so that when it stretches around our head, it stays put. Remember, I am making size small, and these 18.25 inches are meant to fit a head of a circumference of 21 inches. Once we've completed these 75 or 79 rows, we are going to fasten off. And we're going to cut our yarn, leaving a long tail, because we're going to be using this tail to seam our headband together. Okay, so I've cut my yarn. Now I'm fastening off. And now what we're going to do is, in this edge where we've fastened off, we are going to fold our headband so that the wrong sides meet. And we've folded, again, right side, we fold it so that the wrong sides meet. And now we're going to use our yarn needle, thread our yarn needle, of course, and we are going to seam along the long edge of the headband. We're going to seam 4 rows along this long edge. So I'm just inserting my yarn needle, and I'm going to be using the whip stitch method. This is the first row where I'm inserting my yarn needle, and I'm inserting it into the first row of the other side and whip stitching that together. And we are going to bring the short edges of the headband together. On one side, the left side, we have a tube, and on the right side we have the flat headband. And what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be taking that flat side, a corner of that flat side specifically, and we're going to be inserting it into the tube. Just like so. we're going to be grabbing it and pulling that corner through. Once we've tucked this corner, we are going to fold the remaining corner under until it meets the corner that we've tucked in, and then we are going to seam this together. So again, we're going to take the remaining corner and fold it under so that it meets the tucked in corner, and we're going to use our yarn needle to stitch it all in place. So I'm going to be seaming along the short edge here, so it's easier because we're seaming directly into stitches. Once we have seamed the short edge, I am actually going to seam the long edge, just a couple of stitches, probably 2 rows of the long edge to make sure it's all secure. And then after that, what we're going to do is we're going to scrunch our knot a little bit together and seam that in place as well so that the knot is more accentuated. This is what our headband looks like now. We can leave it as is, or we can accentuate the knot. To accentuate the knot, we are going to make sure that we pass the yarn needle up towards the top and we pull a little tightly, and now we are going to go down to secure the both sides of the knot. Then what we're going to do is we are going to scrunch our knot together like so. There we go. And we're going to pass the needle from the back of the knot to the front of the knot. Like so. And we're going to pull that tightly, and it's going to cinch up our knot. Then we are going to insert our yarn needle a couple of stitches down from where we came out, and we are going to pass the yarn needle, making sure to go through all the ruched or scrunched up fabric until we reach the back of our headband again. Then we are going to tuck our needle under so that we thread the yarn back under the headband. And now that the yarn is at the back, we can weave in our ends. And if you would like, you could weave them in kind of invisibly so that you can have a reversible headband. Personally, I really like the bookcase effect that I achieved on the outer part of the headband. So for me, that is the right side up, but you do you. Nobody is stopping you. And with that, my crafty friends, we've reached the end of the Legere Headband tutorial. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and that you get a lot of use out of this headband, or make it for anyone that you wish to give a present to this Christmas. I use mine to hold my hair back in the shower. I use it as an ear warmer because if you crochet in wool, it is mighty warm. Thank you so much for joining me again today, and I will see you soon in my next video. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, and if you like this crafty content, then subscribe to my YouTube channel.